Hello, this is Reverend Dr. Anthusa Helena, founder, developer, and owner of Sollite, whose mission is for healing and conscious awakening, offering individual private sessions and integrative medicine programs, bridging the gap between medicine and spirituality. Thank you for joining today for today's topic podcast. Topic is science and spirituality. The spiritual can never be studied directly by scientific means. However, the effects of spirituality can be and have been studied empirically. Presently, empirical science is building a consistent body of evidence showing the benefits of spirituality. The model could be called metaphysical, mystical, or even occult in the dictionary sense of being hidden from view, in that it places all phenomena, physical, mental, and spiritual, on a spectrum ranging from concrete to subtle. These levels are not in opposition to one another, and each level has its own influences on health and illness, as well as its own relevant intervention techniques. The physical world is then the most concrete manifestation or condensation of consciousness, but it is not the primary reality. Quantum physics has amply confirmed that matter may be understood as very dense energy. The body may be perceived and understood as energy rather than matter. There is also evidence for the existence of an energy body which surrounds and interpenetrates the physical body. Becoming aware of experiences of existence beyond our current life may contribute to spiritual awareness. Spiritual awareness brings us into immediate contact with the world around us, of which we are only a small part. Spiritual awareness awakens us to the responsibility for caring for this planet as we would care for ourselves. The field of neuroscience and psychology indicates that consciousness is an inherently quantum mechanical phenomenon. Science studies in the field of quantum mechanics have proven that consciousness has its roots deep within the DNA and its unique intra and extracellular environment. DNA, in turn, is a biological macromolecule whose properties are governed by quantum mechanics. Dr. John Hegelin, a physicist, published research studies resulting in what is known as the unified quantum field of consciousness. Dr. Hegelin's results have shown that the DNA creates specific structures in its cellular environment, known as microtubulars, which amplify and extend certain quantum mechanical properties of consciousness and impact these behaviors to the cell as a whole. In more sophisticated multicellular organisms, these elements of consciousness become further amplified, externalized, and imparted to the entire organism through the creation of a nervous system, entailing specialized nerve cells that integrate and coordinate the conscious activity of all the individual living cells. Thus, it is increasingly understood that consciousness, the essential subjectivity of the mind, is not ultimately created by a macroscopic machinery of the brain, but is an inherently quantum mechanical phenomenon with its ultimate origin deep within our own DNA structures. Also suggested by quantum physics is the notion that mind, perception, and awareness are primary deterrents of physical reality. These views the primary nature of human beings as spiritual rather than physical, with each person containing a part of the energy essence that is the source of life. This inner spiritual core goes by many names: the higher self, the God within, the still small voice, etc. Of course, the primary way of knowing this realm is through introspection. Modern technology can detect the biomagnetic aspects of the auric field and show how the field fluctuates with a person's state of consciousness using devices like Kirlian photography and superconducting quantum interference devices. Science also begins to suggest ways by which prayer, hope, and faith can mobilize these energies by literally accessing new wavelengths on their frequency spectrum. Dr. Harry Ridley Spitler introduced the foundation for a whole new paradigm shift in science and medicine. He recognized that the body is a living photocell, which is stimulated and regulated by light energy. Therefore, by using color and light therapy, we can affect consciousness or stimulate a consciousness connection to awaken. That is why my first foundational course, for the whole entire first month, we study color and light therapy, as then we progress onward each month to build upon the other aspects of the holistic medical model approach. Although physicians may deny and neglect spirituality, people crave it, especially at the time of a medical crisis. The recent dramatic rise of alternative medicine underscores the need for a more comprehensive approach, a paradigm shift which incorporates the patient's spiritual drive. When patients are looking for spiritual comfort at a time of need, they might be shunned off to a psychiatrist lacking in faith, who places them in psychotropic drugs lacking in efficacy for a grieving soul lacking in comfort. In Western medicine and philosophy, consciousness is viewed as an accidental side effect or a epiphenomenon of the extraordinary complexity of our own nervous systems. However, this biomedical model fails to account for the inner life of human beings. There has been a shift underway led by psychoneuroimmunology to embrace dualism, seeing mind and body as identical reflections of each other. Hopefully, the medicine of the future will make use of the entire range of energy frequencies, from spiritual affirmations to appropriate pharmacology, as we try to provide people with effective tools to recover their wholeness. I hope that this podcast today on science and spirituality, that you found it informative and stimulating in respects to opening up your heart and your curiosity to heal and awaken consciously on deeper levels, not only for your own self and your own spiritual journey and holistic process, but also affecting others, either your clients, your family members, or your close friends. For as we grow and change and become filled with the brilliance of our own light and truth, that is reflected outward on others, as well as in your own private practices to build your service of fulfillment and assistance in those that you are caring for. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. I hope again that you found science and spirituality to be very thought provoking. And if you are looking for more detailed information on integrative medicine programs that are offered, or individual private sessions, or group therapy sessions as well, why don't you then log on to www.sollite.com for more information and details. Check out my biography and my testimonial page and any interested blogs that you may be wanting to attract your interest and you resonate with, as well as going on to the YouTube channel, Sollite and Thusa Helena, for other topics that are been offered weekly and sometimes bi-weekly, filled with educational information to stimulate your mind, body, heart, and soul. Peace and blessings to you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.